Okay, so good evening, EDUC 4400. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to post within your weekly discussion groups for week 4, which is the week that you are working on your school leadership project. While you are going to be working in the same weekly discussion groups that you were working in for weeks 1 and 2, the forums are a little bit more complicated. And so I want to walk you through that process so you'll feel comfortable going through the week and knowing how to post. So there's 2 ways to get to the weekly forum. One is to go through the weekly discussion folder, which is week 4 leadership project and project 1 exhibition. Here I have a link to the group. The other way you can do it is to go simply to group discussion forums up here in Blackboard and then scroll down and find your weekly discussion group. So I'm going to click on here and we're going to go in. Now these are the groups. So you would go to your assigned group as you have been doing with week 1 and week 2. I'm going to click on week 1. I'm going to click on the group 1 group and scroll down. We're going to go into the discussion board for that group, just so you can see what to expect. So as you can see, the discussion board has the week 1 forum in it, and it has the week 2 forum. And if you scroll further down, there are actually 3 different discussion forums for week 4. And so that's why it's a little bit trickier. So the reason for that is that the leadership project, because this is a project that is required for this course and is one of our DPI requirements for the Department of Public Instruction, we have to make sure we have evidence of collaboration around the project. In order to have evidence of collaboration, we want you to share aspects of your development of this leadership project throughout the week. So what you're going to do is for the first forum, which is week 4 forum part 1, you're going to post a thread in the week 4 forum part 1 forum, and this is just a thread that is related to part 1 of your leadership project. This is due Tuesday, June 6th by 11:59 p.m. And it can be very brief, but basically I want you to share what 2 school leaders you're going to write about for part 1 of the leadership project, and then what 2 traits each have that you believe, what are 2 traits that each have that you believe are conducive to school leadership, and then what traits you believe you either have or could develop that could contribute to school leadership. So part of this is about the leaders you choose, and the other part is about your own traits that you have and could develop. So this is due by Tuesday, June 6th, and then you should respond to at least one person's thread by the end of the week. So I'm going to scroll down. The next forum is week 4, part 2 forum. This is due by Thursday, June 8th. And the second post or thread is going to be about part 2 of the school leadership project. In that, you're going to share what school improvement plan you chose. So in other words, what school you chose and why you chose it, and what 2 goals on that plan you would like to focus on, and any ways you could think of that you as a teacher, theoretically or actual teacher, at that school could help make progress in that area. You should respond to at least one other person's thread by the end of that week. And then the last forum is going to be due by June 9th, which is Sunday. Let me just double check that. I want to make sure. June 9th should be Sunday. Or excuse me, that's Friday, not Sunday. Friday, June 9th at 11:59 p.m. And this is when you actually circulate a whole draft of your project. It doesn't have to be complete, but it should be enough that someone can give you some feedback. So I would definitely, even if it's roughed out or outline form, would definitely make sure that you hit the major bullets that are in the directions so that someone can give you feedback. And so you're going to ask, this is an opportunity to ask your peers and me questions regarding any section of your project. So you will post that in this form, and by the end of the week, you will offer at least one person feedback. Okay, so just briefly, when you go into the forum, so let's go back to part 1. By clicking this forum, you can simply create a thread, and here you can attach your files either by going to the attachments section and attach your file that way, or you can even click this little paper clip and attach your file that way. Another link will come up if you do that. There's also ways to insert in images and embedded media as well. So going back out of this, I just want to briefly review what's expected. So you have for this week 3 forums. I hope they come back. Hold on, let me go back one more step. You have 3 forums. The first forum is part 1, due this Tuesday by 11:59 p.m. The second is part 2, due Thursday. Again, these do not have to be long posts, but they need to have enough information in it that someone can give you feedback. And then week 4 forum is your, the part 3 is your rough draft, and that is due by Friday. And then for each one of these forums, you should respond to at least one other person's thread by the end of the week. And so by the end of the week, we're talking about Sunday night. Okay, so I hope that's helpful for you as you proceed with this week's forums.